Welcome today. My name is Coach Brian Parana. I am here with you looking forward to talk about retraining your brain. Who am I? I've actually been a health coach for over 20 years, 2 decades. I started off with an exercise nutrition degree in 2004. Have been a personal trainer for many years. I've owned 2 gyms for about 5-6 years. And I have been doing remote nutrition health coaching for the last 11 years now. Talk to people all over the U.S., young, old, healthy, sick, chronically ill, people who know a lot about this and people who do not. It's really helped me be able to bring a lot of anecdotal stories and concepts to these conversations that we're going to have today. I'm looking forward to it. Next, I'm going to share my screen. The presentation is loaded up. I am looking forward to chat. Hit me up in the chat, please. I definitely want to have open conversation here. I find that that's the best way for you to learn. I've been doing this for a long time, and the people who engage get the best out of this. Retrain your brain. It's what we're going over today about power of positivity and how that influences your everyday life to make it literally better. There's so much negative in the world happening right now. There's a lot of turmoil, a lot of turnover, a lot of stress. People just really challenged in our current state. It's really important to focus on the things that you do have control over, and then we can obviously move from there to start creating the future of what your actual life and everything looks like. Today's agenda: benefits of a positive attitude, the dangers of negativity and how that weighs you down. It will definitely bring you down if you surround yourself with that type of influence. Where do you land on the spectrum? Some people are really, really positive, and some people are pessimistic, optimistic, pessimistic. Half glass full, half glass empty. I'm a sun shining, even if it's cloudy outside type of a person. I like to bring that energy. I would prefer to smile rather than have a neutral face or frown. I'd like to laugh instead of cry or feel sad. Do things to make sure that stays influenced that way. Reversing the thought process. It's in between your ears. The way you think is the way that you're going to present yourself into the world, the energy you send out and then receive back to you. We'll talk about how to flip that script to make sure that it stays positive. Retraining the brain for success. We really want you to be having it rewiring. If you are always going down that rabbit hole of negativity, I actually have Danielle as a client right now. She constantly apologizes. She constantly says things like she's dumb or she's stupid or she's silly or she's not doing what she's supposed to be doing or whatnot. That's not helpful. If you look at who she is as a person, oh my gosh, she does like 1,000 things, like everything. She's just a couple things. She's the head honcho running 2 different businesses. She's not the owner, but she's that point person. She keeps that ship steered properly. She's impacting her dad and her sister. She's paying for her niece's college. There's a lot of things this woman is doing, and she's very powerful, very productive in her life, and it's important that she doesn't go down that rabbit hole of feeling less than for any reason. Power of positivity and positive action. We'll go over that too. First up, benefits of a positive attitude. Health. Your health span actually increases. Depression is less. You're less distressed. When things come at you, your defenses are up. You can block off the inputs, the external inputs that keep flying your way from all different angles. You're able to block them, push them off, not allow it to impact you on a negative way. Greater resistance to the common cold, right? You just get sick less, you're not down, you don't want to sleep. You're better physiologically, psychologically, your well-being is there, your cardiovascular health is up, your risk of death is lower, right? We don't want heart attack, stroke, diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure, those type of things to impact your health, your heart, your body, your life. Better coping skills during hard, stressful times are really important there as well. You can just literally cope better. So how does positivity affect your brain? Well, when we are focused on positive emotions like joy, contentment, love, the more possibilities start showing up in your life. Positive emotions keep you open-minded. They allow you to, that old saying, an old dog can learn new tricks, can learn new behaviors if the mind's open to it. And then you get resourcefulness, you provide value into your everyday life that allows you to experience life better. Again, if you're sending energy out into the world, it's going to send energy back to you and reflect what it is you are actually doing. Happiness, health benefit. The act of being happy provides so many benefits. Okay? Nerve connection, your mind muscle, your heart, your muscle, your cognitive processes are more focused and aligned with being productive. You're able to get more done. Who doesn't want to get more done in this time frame of everyday life, right? That's really important as well. Then from there, I think I just kicked this off. Let me go back in here. All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. All right. I pressed a button to change the video, and it kicked me out of the slideshow. Here we go. So improve your ability to analyze and think clearly affects your view of surroundings, right? You reflect differently. You see things differently. You understand things better. You can comprehend things more attentively, and you're just happier. It leads to more happy thoughts, more happy, positive actions. Positivity in your brain, thinking happy, positive, joy, optimistic, decreases cortisol levels, produces serotonin. You get that dopamine flying into your brain and your body as well. And it really helps you feel better, more likely to wear a smile, just happier overall in the state of the world right now. It regulates the signals that your neurons transmit to other parts of your brain. You think and reflect on your physical body a lot more. You can be in touch with and in tune with your physical body. The more you can do that, then the easier it becomes to just be at ease, be at peace, be able to take action more than you ever could. Allows you to control your emotional responses and ability to focus on whatever you choose, right? What you believe you can achieve, and if you think one way, then you can act that way, and you have more opportunity now than ever in the world for creating or doing or experiencing whatever it was. If you rewind 1,000 years ago, we're living like kings and queens. We have more access than they ever did, and more ability, even more funds and resources at our fingertips to be able to create whatever it is. So staying in a positive mindset allows you to process through what and how and why and when can I create those type of outcomes. We have some studies coming up. Johns Hopkins University, people with family history of heart disease who had a positive outlook were 1/3 less likely to have a heart attack than others who had cardiovascular events within 5 to 25 years and more negative outlook. So what we have is finding this heart risk, these heart disease, these impact. You're just literally less likely to feel ill, sick, negative, stressed, heart attack, all of that type of impact. Another one coming from Harvard School of Public Health, another notable institution. While most medical and public health efforts today focus on reducing risk of disease, and evidence then has been mounting that enhancing psychological resilience, staying positive, may make a difference. The study said 70,000 women over an 8-year period, that the most optimistic women had nearly 30% lower risk of dying and had disease risk, and were analyzed from the people in the lower half of that quartile, the last 25%. Okay, that means heart disease, stroke, respiratory disease, infections, all that stuff went lower and caused you to, as my son would say, crash out or not do so well. And one more, we have University of Pennsylvania measured the degree to which insurance sales people were optimistic or pessimistic in their work. Literally, I am the same way. I'm a health coach. I'm a salesman on you taking better care of yourself. That's what I do when I show up on phone calls. I'm constantly arguing for you to take better care of yourself. I'm the person in your corner, that cornerstone that's thinking about your health, your well-being, your mindset, your nutrition, your fitness, your time management, your stress management, your relationships, and the impact that that's all having in your body, your mind, your energy, weight loss, improving your ability to run faster or do things better. Optimistic people sold 37% more policies than pessimists. Why? Because you're sending out this positive, feel-good energy that people can be attracted to. Hey, I'm going to sell you insurance with the outcome that it's going to help you not only stay healthier because insurance premiums go up as your health declines, but there's a payout if something were to happen and you can take care of your family and not have to, I mean, you're not going to worry when you're dead anyways, but you know what I mean. And get people to commit to doing those things and making that a priority. I'd probably be a good insurance salesman. Those are off the top of my head. Positivity and health, so emotions we feel: love, joy, gratitude, serenity, hope, optimism, just smiling. These things open you up. It's taking a closed book and opening up and start reading what's on the pages to gain the access, the understanding, the knowledge, whatever it is that gets you to think more clearly, to be more open-minded, to be open to what's going to come your way. You have more creativity. You're able to collaborate with your coworkers, or even more importantly, your spouse or your kids. I've got 4 of them, 15 to 9, 3 boys and a girl. I'm constantly negotiating with them, and I do my best to stay positive, to give them, I have to lead, I have to show, I have to demonstrate positivity. And in that situation, they can then model me because they're exposed to me for 20 years. Maybe some of you, unfortunately, might have had an upbringing that wasn't as happy or fun, or maybe stressful or yelling or worse. And that impacts you, who you are now, because that's what humans do. They learn from their behaviors, and some people don't have to protect themselves and others do, based on what is happening in their world. So collaborating with those closest to you is really important to have an enjoyable experience in life. I just met someone yesterday, Roger Scott is his name. He does Epic Sages. It's an Alaskan board game store that he hosts, and he does podcasts and invites people on, business, entrepreneurs, all sorts of different people managing the day-to-day life. So I jumped on and explored what his podcast was about. This guy was wonderful to talk to. It was such a unique interview and really gave me the good vibes. We went over what the show was about, if I had any questions, and then we went into a little Q&A. He just had some really fun questions for me to answer, for him to get to know me better. And sure, we did something, say your favorite color is blue, but what was your favorite roller coaster ride? If you could go anywhere in the world and stay there and live there, where would that be? What's your favorite food? Not in the sense of I like steak, but what's your favorite food experience? Do you have a memory of which you were with someone and have a memorable? I can give you thousands of them from just even my kids. There's a lot of impact. The one that just popped in my mind is taking my daughter, who's 9, out to sushi. We went to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and we had our fill. I ate way more than she did. It was a wonderful experience. She is gravitating toward me with my love of sushi. That was really exciting, really enjoyable. We are fostering our relationship together, growing together. Years from now, I want to keep that bond with her. That's just an example of collaboration. Effective problem solving. If you're in a better mindset, you can problem solve, troubleshoot. You can get resourceful. You can understand what your needs are. You can understand how it impacts your day-to-day life and the big picture of all this. Think happy to be happy. There are about 70,000 thoughts per day rolling through this noggin. They're building you up or tearing you down. It's taking you toward your goal, moving you away. You're improving your health. You're declining in health. You're improving your relationships. You're decreasing them. You're nourishing your body. You're providing with garbage and junk food and poor quality food. That impacts your happiness, your positivity. You're eating junk, sugar, processed carbs all the time. You're not going to feel good. Literally. There's no way. Your body operates off premium fuel, that being whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean protein, healthy portioned starchy carbs, healthy fats. These are all things we want to get into the body to build it up and keep it strong. And if you are nourished, you don't get sick, you don't have these risks of heart disease. I can't tell you how many times I get on a phone call and people are in the worst situation that they've ever been in their life. The weight's the highest. They went to the doctor and they're on 2 or 3 medications now. Their A1C is up. They get so tired climbing stairs. Bending over to tie their shoes is now difficult. Things that people just took for granted and now incrementally has gone into that direction. Actions we take can expand and contract different regions of the brain, firing up circuits or tamping down on them. What we think, we do, and say, it matters. Oh my gosh, it matters so much. It affects who you're becoming on the outside, the inside of your brain. If we're looking on the bright side and refocus your brain when negative thoughts occur, you are able to do that. That's what Danielle, I referenced that client earlier. When she starts going down the rabbit hole, in quotations, she has been told to send me a rabbit emoji. Why? It's a pattern interrupt. It's a way to break her out of this situation that she's stuck in. Training your brain to focus on this positive starts with awareness. And that's what I'm doing. I'm getting her to become more aware of how frequently she even goes down that road. Dangers of negativity. Number 2. I can be really boring here. If I just came on and just talk like this the whole time, Didn't do anything except read the slides. Had this low energy to me. You'd tune out. You'd be gone. What is this guy doing? Why did this company hire him to deliver an online presentation? This guy needs to speak. He needs to command the room. He needs to lead. He needs to influence through a screen and do it through his voice, through his movement, his body language. And it's just, if I was negative, if I came onto this carrying negativity with me, that's what you would get. Not fun. Your motivations go down, happiness goes down, stress and anxiety go through the roof. Oh my gosh, they go way up. Increased indecision, procrastination, goal-oriented actions. Those are things that are going to hit you in the head of indecision, procrastination. All those things are going to shut you down. This is not going to work. Negativity in your health. Negativity thinking slows down brain coordination. It's difficult to process your thoughts. You literally are sitting in brain fog, just like in the image here. Rain, cloudy rain coming down on a guy in a business suit, slouched over, rounded shoulders, closed off. He looks sad. And that's what negativity will do. It'll constantly put you into that type of state. Why is it everywhere I go it rains? Well, maybe that's just your observation of the 30% that it does rain in your area. I live in Ohio. A lot of people say, oh, it's always gray there. It's not as gray as Seattle. Today, it is a little gray. I'm looking out the window right now. It's a little gray, but guess what? The sun is out. It's going to be 50 plus today. That in the springtime in Ohio, coming in through March, going into April, that's a good day. I'm good with it. I don't have to wear a winter jacket today. I can just wear a jacket and be comfortable. Negativity, feeling frightened, it happens when we focus on those negative outcomes. When your brain is wired that way, you're slowing down the ability, information, and just the impact that it has to problem solve, troubleshoot. Fear factor impacts your brain in a different way. Your memory decreases. There's impulse control, lack of there. You just don't function in the way that you should. A couple bullet points here. We got worry, negativity, thoughts trick the brain into thinking there's an immediate threat. That fight or flight starts going off. Your heart rate starts going up. Your pulse, your body heat. Your brain's getting flooded with hormones. What do I do in this situation? Thinking of the principal called me down to the office. You remember that time, right? What did I do? Oh my gosh, there must be something wrong. Did something happen? All this negativity, and your body gets hot, your palms get sweaty, and you're clammy, and you really have this sense of dread coming your way. Negative experiences are stored in your brain and even in your body. And when you get into those patterns of behaviors, your body can automatically respond in a way. You can train it in a way to be negative and have those outlets. Easy example is, say you grew up in a house of yellers. Parents yelled, or kids, your brother, sister yelled. There's always this intense response to negativity. In the future, when you yell, in the future, when you have an engagement with someone, maybe your spouse, your child, and it's not a good response, you can instantly call upon that negativity that's stored in your body. And then out comes all of this it comes out at you, and it just doesn't work. Your body, the thalamus, the brain, is responsible for sending these sensory and motor signals to the rest of the body, but it does not understand that negative thoughts aren't a real danger. In that just that past situation experience, tension or challenge or any of that doesn't have to result in an automatic release of that negative energy. You don't have to yell to get your point across. You don't have to yell to manage a situation of what's happening around you. You don't have to yell to get what you want or need or feel secure or safe in this space that you're in. When thinking negative thoughts, the thalamus assumes that it needs to prepare your body to flee. And does the body literally, as I shared, heart rate goes up, blood pressure elevates, the heightened sense of arousal, and it shuts off the outside world, and you just focus on those negative emotions of fear, anger, stress. That's what our world, unfortunately, focuses more of its attention on, rather than the positive things that need to happen. When you're at odds with someone, the anger emotion might consume you to the point where you can't think about anything else. And again, if you've trained your body for your whole life to respond in yelling, you can stop that. You do not have to yell if you feel like you're a yeller and you can't stop. That is a choice. You are a grown person. You control your actions, your behaviors. I also say this to all my kids, but my oldest especially, Levi. You choose your actions. You don't choose the consequences. You choose your actions of responding in a negative way and the impact that it can have on the people around you. That is a choice, but you can't you don't control the consequences of the negativity. I've done it. You've done it. You've said something that, wow, I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean to say it like that. I should not have said it. Wow, that was, I regret saying that thing to the person I love. And the impact and the instant memorization of that whole environment of how you put that person in that state and pushed your negativity toward them and cast this phrase, this sentence, this word onto them and how it made them feel. That happens. You don't have to do that. You can choose to be better. And again, awareness is the first thing. When you feel this impulse to yell, you hold your breath, you catch a bubble, you wait. Can we come back to this in 5 minutes? I need a moment to pause and reflect, so I don't say things that I don't want to say to you. When you're stressed out with long to-do lists, I've got a mountain of them. I'll show you. Actually, I have them right here. Here's where my list is right now, and here's past lists. Lots of activity. I'm doing so much. Lots of stuff. Lots of notes, lots of ideas, lots of executing on them. When this starts to come, we start to be paralyzed. There's so much to do, and then I do nothing. Now, certainly we want to look at the phrasing of what we're focusing on, how many things there are, what time of the day it is, how much energy reserves you have, your ability to respond and move through those to actually take action, because that's oftentimes we either have analysis paralysis or we procrastinate as a core root desire. And you end up feeling lazy and you feel you have no willpower or motivation, and that's not the case. It's just you set yourself up in not the best situation. Having a negative attitude affects more than just your mindset. Berating yourself after poor nutritional choices lead to consequences of weight gain. If you make a couple bad decisions today, you could gain a quarter pound tomorrow. Quarter pound over time. Even if you gained a quarter pound a week, that's 4 pounds in a month. That is, quick math, 4 times 12 is 30. What? Holy moly. That's a lot of weight. That is 48 pounds in a year. If you were to just gain that's a pound a week. So a quarter pound a week is, let's do math here, Brian. Quarter pound a week is 1 pound a month, 12 pounds a year. 2 years, you're 25 pounds up. And it happens so minutely that you just, life was living and you didn't realize it. Start skipping the gym, stop packing lunch, taking it to work, and bam, there you go. You've got some really big challenges your way. When you hold a negative image of yourself, you rob yourself of much needed energy. All right? It impacts you negatively. Having an upbeat mental state can improve your health, your physical responses, blood pressure, cholesterol, heart disease. I actually brought a guy on, he's 71, and he's dealing with cholesterol issues, and he's now doctors saying, hey, you are going to need blood pressure meds. He doesn't want to do that. He's changing his patterns. Why is it hard to be positive? We're wired for survival, right? Our crocodile brain, they call it, just kicks in and says, hey, oh my gosh, this is really hard. This is challenging. These are survival mechanisms for all of human. Again, we go back to where we're at now. We're living like kings and queens of just even 200, 300, 400 years ago. We have access, we have ability, we have resources, we have opportunity like never before. But those things can stifle us. They can challenge us. They can impact you, and always carry that glass half full. And media and marketing is way more attractive, literally, when it's approached with a negative tune to it. Where do you land? Let's talk about that. Which side of the spectrum are you? Are you more of that positive talk or the negative talk? And I'd love to see in the chat here, do you identify with any of these types of self-talk, negative self-talk? Perfectionism or polarizing, same difference. Things are either good or bad. There's no middle ground. I talk to so many people that all or nothing lifestyle, it impacts them so much. I'm a big fan of what in my program I run. It's my second phase is really, they call it Accelerate, but it's about middle gear mentality. How do I operate in a really busy lifestyle with lots of inputs and demands coming at me to then get the health benefits, the energy, the positivity, the mindset to be able to do that? If you're not perfect, you're failing, right? Oh, I ate a candy bar today. I might as well give up and start over on Monday, because all diets start on Monday. And today's Wednesday. So we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to just catastrophize and just ruin the rest of the week. And so catastrophizing is the second one. You dream up the worst possible outcome. Small issues are indications of doom. Doom and gloom. Chicken Little. The sky is falling. An acorn fell, probably out of a tree. I can't remember the exact story. I probably read it to my kids at least once. But we have the process of Chicken Little and the challenges that brings out to you and everyone else. That the sky is falling, doom and gloom are ahead. Personalizing. You blame yourself for everything. No matter how good, bad, or indifferent it is, it's always your fault. Something that I was picking up on Danielle. She would always, it'd be her fault. Self-inflicted, but her fault. Danielle, I've known her for about 7-8 weeks now. I paused her on Saturday. Danielle, I need you to stop, please. The person that you've shown yourself to be to me, working on improving your health, your lifestyle, your nutrition, your fitness, all these self-care things, do not align with the way you're talking about yourself. They do not even remotely. I have to ask you to stop. And that's where we got into the bunny situation of sending the bunny emoji to really create that connection point there and get her out of her own way. Filtering Searching for negative aspects of any given situation filters out the positive. You're actively looking for negative spots, situation to happen. The example being a vacation was mostly great, but there's a delayed flight. There was a meal wasn't served to the highest of expectations. It rained it rained one day, and so you thought it rained every day. Those are four. Again, perfectionism, catastrophizing, personalizing, and filtering. I'd love to hear which one you identify with the most. Determining success and failures. Internal. An individual attributes their success to their own actions and abilities. These individuals expect to succeed and are motivated to learn. If you are focused on the internal, coming from inside out, I'm very much of an opportunistic, I have good luck doesn't happen to me. I create the outcomes that I'm looking for. And therefore, because of that, I'm able to learn. I only categorize situations as winning or learning. A success or I'm learning. Not a failure, not a success or failure. It's success or learning. And then, so when we have the external coming in and, I won the lottery type thing. Sure, that's nice, but for me, personally, I would much rather learn the skills, develop the skills to be a millionaire myself. Because then it's not fleeting. I've learned the lessons. I've developed the skill sets. I've put so much action into bettering myself. Even this year's 2025 is the year of the personal brand. And I'm going all in on that to create the outcomes that I'm looking for my personal life, my family, but even more importantly, the people that I serve, people that I help, the people that I communicate with. Why? Because it's so impactful, it's so powerful, it's so helpful for you to really learn and impact those around you. So luck doesn't happen to me. I create my own luck. I create the opportunities. Roger, talking with that guy yesterday on the podcast, I've created 3 opportunities. Him, John, actually 4, Pamela and Christy. I didn't know these people at the beginning of the week. And now I have connection and they're interested in talking to me about how I can help them move forward. And that's my goal. Can I help them move forward in their summit, their podcast, their audience, and deliver to make it entertaining, to make it valuable, to make there be impact in that situation? Optimists tend to lead happy, rich, fulfilled lives, and it's often self-imposed. It's not assuming setbacks. They enjoy spending time socializing, being with people, connecting. We are humans. Humans are social creatures. They need to be engaged. You're not going to just be sitting in a room alone by yourself thinking nobody likes you. That's not true. Have good relationships. They practice better health habits. Their body is a reflection of who they are and what they've been doing for the last forever. They have strong immune systems. Knock on wood, I really didn't have any cold, sickness, illness this year. I have no idea why, because I felt like I didn't get as much sleep as I probably should have. But the brain is so wired to go, and push and improve. There's just no time to be sick. I can't be laying on a bed with the fever. I can't be blowing my nose while I'm presenting to you guys. So pessimists, really, they tend to assume setbacks they become permanent setbacks. They're persuaded to be setback. They're always constant to personal failures. 8 times more likely to be depressed than their counterparts. Low performance at work, low performance in relationships, low performance in a lot of areas of life. unfortunately, if someone is in not a good spot in their life, yes, there are external situations that can be from outside influences, a natural disaster, a sudden loss of a job, a sudden loss of someone. I'm not talking about those type of things. But if your boss has been telling you for a year straight in your performance reviews that you're a C player, and here's 3 ways that you can improve, and you're not listening, that's why you get fired. It's unfortunate and it's sad for you because now you have to go do something, but maybe that could be a wake-up call. Hey, I need to be more optimistic. I need to listen to the people and the people surrounding. Doesn't matter how right or wrong they are or are not. You had enough of a C or D influence in that situation, that relationship that caused the outcome to be there. How do we reverse the thought process? Come on, people. Let's do a 180 here. Facing away, I'm going to actually do 360 so I can face the camera here. But let's reverse this. Observe your thoughts. What's going on in your brain? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling? What is your attitude, your thoughts, your positive, your negative, your self-care, your self-defeat? Where do you lean toward those things? Are you even aware of them in the first place? Are you aware of what's going on, the inner dialogue? That can just run away from you. That can just go and go and go if you're not careful. So being aware is the first process. Then we have to build a positivity loop. A very simple action that you can take away right now is spend 1 minute looking for positives 3 times a day for 45 minutes. Purposely set an alarm right now on your phone to go off and say, what's positive right now? And bam, you stop whatever's happening and look for something. It could be something as simple as the sun's out. There's electricity here. I can present on this because I have fast Wi-Fi. That's positive. I've had slow Wi-Fi before and been really stressed providing these webinars with slow Wi-Fi. It's not fun. I have fast Wi-Fi, no problems. I turn on my computer, it works. I can communicate with you without feeling like I'm going to get dropped. My cat's joined us. Ferdinand, he's playfully wandering around the room here. And we have 4 cats and a dog. A lot of furry friends here. Everyone has an emotional support pet except me, and I take care of them all. Repetitive actions such as this will rewire your brain and get you thinking positively and looking for the positive outcomes instead of the negatives. So try to ignore I'm sorry, Nancy, if there's a Nancy here or Nancy even listening. It's sad. Negative Nancy or Karen. I'm so apologize to all Karens too. It's not you. I don't know what happened. It's probably not even 99.9% of Karens or Nancy's. Just somehow it is. It's ignore the people that have more of a sour outlook on life, and let's do something better. Find the positive in the situations. Be kind to yourself and the others around you. We want to be realistic. You have the power to choose your next move. You can never predict the results of your efforts, right? You choose your actions. You don't choose the consequences. But there's always a choice in the matter if you choose where you're moving. Are you meeting your needs or are you moving away from them? Those are 2 types of questions that you can constantly ask yourself. Is this decision going to move me toward what I want or away from? If we're looking forward at optimism and using any failure as a learning experience, right? I already framed it once. We're either winning or we're learning. We're not winning or losing. We're winning or learning to make sure that we look at the opportunities. If you come across a successful business person, let's use that one, that's the easiest one, or someone successful in a relationship, there's probably been a lot of learning lessons. There's been some bumps in the road because we're human. That happens. It's just part of life, unfortunately. There's hard lessons that people tell you, but you don't listen to. I guess you got to experience yourself. Hey, if you overspend on your your credit cards, you're going to be spending a lot more money and time paying it off. That's common knowledge, but we get caught up in consumerism. And then now we're paying this $100 credit card bill turns into $200 over time to get it paid off. Yikes. Another way, when results are disappointing, adjust your expectations and take another step. Okay, that didn't turn out quite the way I wanted to be. What do we do next? Okay, how do I pivot? I'm doing that right now. Year of the personal brand. The way I had approached finding people is not working so well right now. I am taking very massive actions, steps, mindset, focus to launch myself into the direction to get the outcomes that I want. So I'm even on this right now. I have a coach. He's guiding me. I'm a pretty action-oriented person, just leveraging them as an accountability board. Can I be accountable to my actions and the things I say I'm going to do to get to the end result of doing it? It's natural to have that fight or flight feeling when your efforts fail, but you can reframe that situation, create better boundaries, better guidelines, better opportunities around a sense of failure to say, hey, I tried it this way. This is the outcome. I'm going to do something different. Most human achievement came from efforts that did not bring immediate results. Edison, 10,000 light bulbs to actually get one to work? Right? If he would have gave up on 5, maybe he'd still be sitting in the dark right now. Ruminating or problem solving. What do? Are you going to take a problem and let it sit and just work through it? Or are you actually solving problems and making headway? Are you in a state of resourcefulness or ruminating around that? I have a problem come my way. Do I have the ability and the steps to be able to stop, think, problem solve, troubleshoot, find people that know more than me to get to the outcome that I'm looking for? Taking your own medicine, people are overly critical for themselves. If you would never allow yourself to talk to someone talk to you like you talk to yourself. Oh my Lord. No way. We're beating yourself up, magnifying your mistakes, drag it out. A pity party shouldn't last 3 days. 5 minutes, feel your feels. It's okay to feel that. You're a human being. You're an emotional creature. You have a wide range of emotions here. Let's really leverage all of them. Okay, we go to feeling sadness, sorry, grief, mourning, depression, anxiety. But we have to be able to pull ourselves back into the middle here. Right? We feel joy, happiness, extreme excitement, thrill, adrenaline. We still need to be able to bring ourselves back to a middle ground, in a sense, that middle gear mentality, because you can't live there either. Like bipolar, think of that. You may or may not have had experience, but they're one way or the next, and it's exhausting. And you see those people really struggle to find some balance because it's all or nothing, and it's really hard. Either way. Self-love is powerful. Self-compassion is boosts your psychology, your physiology, your body, what you do. Be in tune with yourself. 2 simple questions. How do I feel? What am I feeling? We have that 3 alarms in the day. The alarm is, let's name something positive. How am I feeling right now? What am I feeling? Do a check-in with yourself. How am I feeling now? How do I want to feel? I like that even better. Positive gratitude statement. How am I feeling in this moment, and how do I want to feel? Write that down. Take it to the bank. Bam. It's going to work really well. And we have a wide range of emotion. You can be angry, mellow, chill, sneaky, My son says chill a lot. I'm a pretty chill guy. Okay. Until you lose in the video game and you're unhappy and you're frustrated and angry. But we have those wide range of emotions. And we need to balance them out. Of course, we talked about earlier, if you have that inner ability or inner conditioning in your body to react in a certain way, you have to become aware. You start yelling and you pause yourself. Say, this isn't the best way to handle the situation. Tell the person, can I come back to you in a few minutes when I've gained a little sense of reality and logic and my emotions isn't so high? And then talk about it so we can react to a number on the scale. So many people step on the scale and are disheartened from the moment they wake up. That is not the way to live life. Or certainly don't fire off a harsh email back. Let's sit on it 15 minutes. Write out the one that you want to send and then I'm going to send that to the trash. And I'm going to write the one that I should be sending. Counting down 10, 9, 8, 7. Just that in itself causes you to realize, right? It's a very neuralistic programming type situation where you're starting at 10, amped up, and you're going to count down to 1. You can literally bring yourself 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and so on. And you can get down to 1. And you can bring yourself down to focus. Out of all the things that we talked about, let's chat real quick. What other stress-reducing techniques do you find helpful in difficult situations? I got one. They journal. They go start scribbling stuff out. They go vent to a friend. That's a safe space, someone to listen to. Those are 2 really good ones. I'm glad you brought those up. That's really impactful, and I love it. Retraining your brain. Let's get this brain firing on all cylinders here. Daily gratitude, journaling them down. Using mantras. I am beautiful. I can do this. I am a positive person. I am statements are incredibly important and helpful for you. Write it down. Tap into feelings that are true to you. If you're feeling up, feeling down, feeling lack of power, willpower, cravings, all these things, if you name it, then you can have control over it. And that helps recentering your body and your mind and your ability. If you can recenter yourself, then you can get your Zen on, just like in the image here. And take some deep breaths. Staying in the present, we want to actively focus on the daily tasks that you need to do. You're in the gym, be at the gym. Don't text someone. You're working, work. Don't online shop. You're cooking, cook. Make something really tasty, flavorful, enjoyable for the whole family. Don't do 8 things. Eat well, drink well, sleep well. The more you nourish your body, the more you'll be resilient to manage these situations and really not come off with an anxiety, depression, addiction, any type of challenge. And getting to sleep, if you're sleep deprived even one day, your body battery wears down and you are less resilient. Let's put a smile, be kind to others. Serve people, give to others. Leave them in a better place than when you found them. Those are really powerful mantras. The golden rule, do unto others as they'd like you to do unto them. Then you will be surrounded by positivity because people, John he greets me the best ways. Brian, I hope you're having a really good day today. He impacted me so much that I literally changed the way how I greet people. And I told him that. John, I love it how you engage with me. I greet people differently now because I don't just say good morning. I say good morning. I hope your day's trending in the right way. Good afternoon. I hope the day's going well so far. Good evening. I hope you've had a great day to this point, and we're going to finish it really strong. All right, you say that extra sentence, and it just feels better. So we want to negatively swap out the negative thoughts for positive ones. Instead of I'll never get this project done, I will complete this if I focus and have a timeline and a deadline. I hate how I look in this dress, to I am beautiful and look at how I look in this. It's the obvious one here. I'm not good enough to I'm good enough. Let's leave out the 3-letter word there, not. There's a couple others. Positive action and activity. Write these questions down. Take a picture, a screenshot. Write down 3 things that you love about yourself. Write down 3 things you're grateful for today. Write down 3 things that you're good at. And then write down 1 challenge and 1 positive step you can take in action. And that's why I already shared it with you. That's what these are. This is telling me my roadmap to today and how well I did or did not do. Am I accomplishing the things, my checklist? Am I solving 1 problem for 1 person every day? Am I talking to 5 different people? Am I moving people to my email list to help nurture them and give them more value? Am I sending emails to nurture them and give them value, give them action? Am I hosting events like this? And then how am I moving people to influence them? So staying positive makes this so much easier for you and everyone around you. I really want to thank you for spending time with me today and going through. I hope that this was impactful, empowering, that it really nailed it for you and you were able to embody some of these thoughts, feelings, and energies that you have in this situation. So I really appreciate your time with me today. And if you have questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them, answer them, and leave you in a good way, right? Leave you better than where I found you. So thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you.